You know what? We're going to start there.
Let's start with Kent.
We're going to start with Kent.
I'm going to call him Clark Kent instead of
Clark Kent.
Because
he's Superman.
He might be Superman.
He might be the closest thing to Superman that we have, actually.
Yeah.
So
was he, I mean, I know he was I'm probably going to mess this up, but he was the director of Counterterrorism. Yeah.
Last night or the night before, he appeared on Tucker Carlson after he resigned his position with the Trump administration, citing basically professionally and personally, he can't back what's going on with Iran, what we're doing in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be there, shouldn't be doing this. And a guy that spent 20 years in special operations in the military, worked his way up in some pretty high level positions from what I understand, worked intelligence for a number of years. Very smart guy from everything I've seen. I've seen a couple of podcasts with him. Sean Ryan, which I love Sean Ryan.
Yep.
Love his podcast. Love everything he's doing. Love everything about him. Great guy. I saw most of his podcast, most of that episode that he had with Sean Ryan, talking about his background and things that he'd done in there.
Yeah.
Just a really smart guy, articulated, and it obviously worked his way up throughout the chain for the last 30 some years. I'm guessing somewhere around there.
Well, and it almost, I mean, I think that it's, from everything I've seen, it seems like he's a pretty good human being.
Yeah.
And maybe he was just, because when I think like counterterrorism, I think that whoever's running that is probably
in the know.
Yeah. If you believe a certain way, if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for everything.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're standing for your principles, you're going to piss people off.
100%.
Period. In fact, if you're not pissing people off, that means you probably don't have much of a backbone.
You're milquetoast.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to full circle that for a second.
Yes.
So he shows up on Tucker Carlson, which I'm a huge fan of Tucker Carlson.
I think
we both are. And I think, honestly, more people that are watching him and listening to so he's got him on there. He's got Joe Kent on there. And apparently what Trump's administration has advised the DOJ and the FBI to look into the possibility that Joe Kent gave Tucker Carlson one means or another, whether verbally, written, email, whatever, whether or not he gave him classified information regarding what's going on in the Middle East right now.
I mean, he resigned. I guess if, play devil's advocate, right? So if the information that Joe Kent gave to Tucker Carlson put American lives at danger, that's a different thing. But this feels to me, and I think this is where you're going, this feels like a witch hunt. It feels like, oh, you went on Tucker Carlson, so now you're the enemy because you're asking questions, you're standing on your beliefs and principles.
Yeah, and you're not backing us blindly.
Yes.
Because you have convictions, and you have a problem with what's going on right now, and you're not going to be part of it.
Well, and I think this is an adage, you probably heard me say this, but I say this pretty much daily, is the truth doesn't mind being questioned. If someone is telling you the truth and you ask legitimate, you ask them what they had for breakfast or who cuts their hair, that's a dumbass question. But if you asking legitimate questions and you have concerns, the truth doesn't mind being questioned because it's the truth.
Right.
When someone's lying to you and you ask questions, they get upset.
Yep.
They deflect.
They get defensive.
They say, oh, it's the one-armed man, Dr. Richard Kimball. Right. And so to me, this seems like a guy that, has a stellar career, a class act, young guy, 45, 46 years old,
he's
right?
a year or two younger than us.
And so,
80.
And again, if he chose to resign based on principles, that is something we should celebrate. Whether you agree with them or not, that takes integrity. I think we could use 1,000 Joe Kents in politics.
Yeah, no,
just my take.
I don't really.
I'd love to have a conversation with him.
I think just given his background and intelligence, and I'm sure he worked HUMIT, and there's rumors that he worked with another special operations unit that nobody really talks about.
See, you have more background on that kind of stuff, just because of your experience.
Yeah. But I mean, anybody who's been in those positions has done some level of HUMIT, especially coming from an intelligence background. Yeah. HUMIT is how you develop real-time information on the ground and intelligence. you have to get them from human assets. That's what human is. So that means you're grabbing people, you're developing people. It's like an agency guy overseas trying to get somebody to give them information.
Make friends.
Whatever. But that's your best source of intelligence is other human beings.
Got it.
What's going on? What are they talking about? Where are they going? Who are they talking to?
Sure.
What can you get me?
Right.
Otherwise, we're just watching what's going on.